correctly, because Muji often says, how I understood this, that to go to this I am, and I think even this Argadasa maybe says, is like all we can ever do. That's like what we as a kind of a character can do. That's as far as we can take it. And the kind of arising of kind of awareness, becoming self-aware, is something that just happens by grace.
Maharaj used to say that quite often to many people that came to him, but not always. And Muji, I've hardly ever heard him say that this is the best we can ever do, because his pointing is very, very straight to awareness actually most times. So he said that even today in Satsang, he said that even the pure sense I am, there is an awareness of it. Or in the morning was it? So I felt that in I am that, the conversations that have been captured in Maharaj, very often he would just tell the questioner to just marinate in the sense I am in some sense. But with Muji, I have not seen that often.
Because Adya speaks like this also, and Muji said something to me a little bit similar. When I asked my last question, I told him that somehow I became aware of this I am. And it always stuck with me that...
But the awareness of I am, when you say that I am aware of the I am, that itself is a complete statement. Because that means there's an awareness of even this pure God principle called I am. That's it. The awareness itself. So you are saying that I am aware of even this I am. Hence I am closer to the awareness of it than even this I am which is arising.
Sure.
And hence I am the awareness itself. Yeah, nothing beyond that. There is nothing beyond that.
Is it that what they mean, I am that I am?
No, that is God saying I am that I am, in the sense God is that I am. So in reality, God gives birth inside us. He used to get completely blasphemized when I used to say things like this. But the fact is that it is in the pure awareness what we are, that consciousness gives birth as the sense I am. And then the whole universe arises within that pure sense I am. The universe cannot exist without a me, without the I amness. This world of duality needs that me to function as the other to the me. So that I amness does give birth.
Because I've heard this kind of idea of consciousness itself, like something other than the me that does these things. It's like consciousness itself kind of wakes up from within me or something.
Yeah. So if we're defining ourselves as awareness, then I am or God or consciousness is another word for the same thing. Yeah? Because so consciousness is beingness and awareness is the watchingness or the seeingness. So nothing can actually exist without the seeing of it. So even beingness has to give birth inside the seeing of it. In general. So even if it's simple, because we are aware of even the pure presence I am.
Yes.
And hence there is an awareness prior to the I am. That's why Muji's book is before I am.
This is absolutely clear to
Yeah.
me, and I never doubt this.
Yeah.
It's just clear. And what also is clear is that can never be experienced in a sense directly. That which I am, which is beyond I am, in the sense that I am can be experienced. Like I can experience that kind of subtle feeling of existence, but what is beyond can never be experienced.
Not phenomenal. There is an awareness of awareness itself, isn't it?
Okay, but this little thing.
Let's talk about this.
Yes. Because for me, that's like I could say that I know that intuitively. It's like clear that it must be there because I know the I am, because I know these objects, these phenomena, that it's clear that there's something else there. But there's no experience of that. But
it is not true, because you're not able to report an experience because there's nothing phenomenal to report actually. But the minute we say that I am aware of I amness, we're reporting that there's an awareness of awareness which is aware of I amness. It's okay.
I would say
it's not possible to report something like that with us. So there's an awareness that I am aware of I amness.
I would say there's a knowledge.
Yeah, but that has to come from having seen that, isn't it?
Well, how I think of it, this is how I describe myself. It's like if there's a light on my head shining, and it's dark, and I walk around, and I can see you, and I can see, and I know there's a light on my head.
Yeah.
There is no question there's a light on my head, but I can never ever directly see it.
Yeah,
Or
so this example is good because you know that there is a light in your head, and the
Absolutely.
knowing awareness, you are aware that this knowing awareness is knowing that there is a light on your head. No?
okay, so okay, maybe that's the confusion, because when you say there's an awareness of awareness,
It's not watched as a phenomenal thing. You're just aware.
Perspective. There's no experience of it.
Yes. There's no phenomenal experience in it.
would it make sense to you if I said that I know it intuitively?
Yes, in a way, but it's very, more even direct than intuition. Because intuition means that there's a deep intuitive voice which is indicating to me that I know this. This is prior to intuition even, because intuition also gives birth within the I amness. There's never intuition without the I amness.
Yes. This, I think, has been for me, I think for such a long time.
So when you wake up from sleep and you say, I experienced good sleep. So there was an experience of good sleep without any object to report.
Yeah, I'm not even sure about that. I've never known whether I enjoyed the sleep because of the feeling I had when I woke up, or whether it was something that was present during deep sleep.
But just to know that you went to sleep. How do you know that you went to sleep? So there was an awareness even in sleep state. It's just that there's no object to report. So we know, okay, so if I nod off here for 10 minutes and I wake up, there's knowing that I went to sleep. It's not that it was complete time lapse. I mean, it does seem like that.
Objects.
Yeah, there's lack of anything phenomenal to report. It happens, isn't it? So if I just nod off, suddenly consciousness again wakes up. Yeah, I went to sleep. It's not like suddenly I was at 7, we were at whatever time it is, and then 10 minutes passed and I'm not able to say where did I knew I went to sleep. So although there was nothing phenomenal to report, there was an awareness of just that awareness.
I think I've had the sense that light, that somehow there would be at some stage some
They cannot
extra,
be, because then that is also perceived.
Yeah. Yeah, also this has been clear that it's impossible to ever have anything phenomenal arising, because it could be a phenomenon that would be seen, and it would be seen by...
So because there's nothing phenomenal to report, we cannot rely on memory for that. We just rely on direct experiencing and say, yeah, I went to sleep. So even if like everything in front of me was to stay constant, and I just went to sleep, and I woke up, I would know that I went to sleep, although the appearance outside is still the same. So there is an awareness of that state of just awareness.
Yeah. It makes sense also, I think, that there must be some subtle... Because I guess if someone speaks to you, you usually wake
Because
up.
that awareness cannot go to sleep. Well, that wake up thing is another long discussion we can have, because I could go to sleep and then I could never return. Maybe I don't ever return to this realm again. Maybe this was a dream, and I wake up in another waking state, which is the real. So you can never say what. So we joke and say. Once I was joking with Om and saying, "I'm going to sleep now because I'm nodding off." But it could be a million years later that we'll see each other, or it could be just in 10 minutes. You never know, because time is just a joke in sleep state. In a short dream, half an hour, you could live lifetime.
And you'll wake up in a new body.
Because it seems as real as this. She's still processing that. The dreams were not seemingly real when we were inside the dream state. Then they would not have the ability to scare us, or for it to become nightmares, or for them to become beautiful dreams. It's just like playing a video game or something.
So often we're aware of that we're dreaming. I am aware.
Yeah, of course.
I know I'm sleeping, I know in that sleep there's a dream, I know that, okay, sometimes you're shaken up in between and you wake up. I can go back and get back to that dream and say, I want to know what happened
You
at the
practice
end.
lucid dreaming.
Is that what it is?
Lucid dreaming means you're
I've
sort
heard
of
it.
aware of your dream. It's like waking up in the waking state.
And
So lucid waking. So that's what Modi said, no? Wake up in the waking state.
it's kind of eerie because you don't know whether
So-
that was this is
Yeah. Because both seem as real. No? In fact, I
But
keep
then
telling
there's something that says both are unreal.
clearly that I'm not disputing at all. But I'm just saying both are as real or as unreal as each other.
I can't remember whether it was Ramana or Nisargadatta. They said the only reason we think this is real is because it's longer.
Yeah.
No, even that I don't know. In what way is it longer? Because when I'm leading a lifetime in a dream, it doesn't seem like, oh, it's on super speed, fast forward mode. It seems like a normal life.
Actually, like sometimes in
But Ramana did say something like that. But maybe that was because the questioner could just understand it.
so sometimes when I sleep, it almost feels like there's a lack of, I don't know, just like a lack of consciousness.
There is a
Yeah,
deep
there's a
sleep means lack of consciousness.
Deep sleep is lack of consciousness, but even I just feel that a sense of control that, like here in the waking state something happens, like some things unfold and all that, and in the dream state is just, so then it became clear to me that actually
the dream state is just what?
even dream state is more like unfolding, and so then it became clear that even here it's exactly that.
It's
There's
exactly
no
that. You
difference.
just have this illusion of control. It's just appearances, consciousness, appearances for the awareness. Consciousness is just playing with itself. You can say, oh, I decide my thought, or I decide. You don't decide anything.